Good morning to you. It is 6:59 here on the East Coast. I'm Tom Hansen. Anne Marie is back next week. We begin this morning at the White House, where President Biden is expected to officially unveil his plan to tackle gun violence in America. His initiative includes a series of executive actions, such as calling on the Justice Department to play a bigger role. And the president also plans to announce the appointment of a gun violence expert to lead the ATF. This announcement comes after two mass shootings in Georgia and Colorado took 18 lives last month. It also follows a deadly 2020, which saw a nearly 25% rise in gun violence deaths in the U.S., according to the Gun Violence Archives. Naomi Ruchim is following this story. Naomi, how are gun reform activist groups reacting?
Well, Tom, gun control advocates are applauding this plan. In fact, the gun safety group Everytown says this plan could set President Biden up on the path to become the best and strongest gun safety advocate ever in American history. But he will have to convince conservatives who are already opposing the plan. Most of President Biden's actions tackle relatively minor issues, like a revision of the federal government's definition of firearm.
No one is talking about overturning or changing the Second Amendment.
Another targets so-called ghost guns, weapons assembled from kits that have no serial numbers. The president will reportedly order the Justice Department to try to limit their availability. Recent mass shootings in Georgia and Colorado have renewed calls for action by advocacy groups. Last month, President Biden called on Congress to restore the federal assault weapon ban that expired in 2004.
There was law for the longest time, and it brought down these mass killings.
Senate Democrats are promising action, but it's unclear if any Republicans will join them.
This Senate will be different. The Senate is going to debate and address the epidemic of gun violence in this country.
I'm certainly open to the discussion. What I'm not attracted to is something that doesn't work.
President Biden is expected to nominate David Chipman to head the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Chipman is a former ATF agent who has long been an advocate of stronger gun control laws. And Congress has not approved a permanent nomination for an ATF director since 2013. So it's been a series of acting directors, one after the next, for several years. Again, though, Tom, some of these actions can take effect just as the president says, but others will need approval from Congress, which is not clearly in the cards quite yet. Tom?